You're the PM for a consumer AI chatbot, and your team discovers that the model occasionally generates medical advice that contradicts clinical guidelines, right? Pulling this feature would impact 10 million monthly active users and 50 million in annual revenue. Can you please walk me through how you would handle the situation?
First I want to do is size this. So let's just talk through the sizing. The severity is pretty critical because medical misinformation can cause real physical harm. The harm scope is probably 10 million monthly active users, but I probably need to know what the percentages are who are actually getting medical queries and what percentage of those contradict the guidelines. So I want that data soon. I'm not going to pull the whole feature, I reckon. I think I'd ship a guardrail this week. Any response the model classifies as medical gets a disclaimer with a link to verified sources. That will preserve the experience for most users while we contain the risk. Then parallel to that, I would want to audit the last 30 days of medical adjacent queries to quantify the actual harm. If more than a threshold are contradicting guidelines, I want to escalate that to a full content filter on medical topics until the model is retrained and the research team come back to us. And then I would work with legal the same day because of the liability exposure. So this is really a safety decision, not a feature decision. And so I wouldn't want to wait any longer.
All right, so Akash sized it. Everything was great. That's sure. Most candidates would jump immediately to either like pulling it, making it, canceling it, and trying to fix it without putting any like strain on the users or the feature. Therefore, all putting a business risk to the entire business. This solution allows like the best of both worlds. The business is secured, the safety is introduced, and we can go on and figure out how to make it better. And it's very important, especially when it comes to medical queries, both in legal terms and for medical conditions of our users.
Thank you, Bart. That's great feedback. I have a follow-up question for you, Akash. The VP of product now says that we can't pull it because we have earnings next week. What would you do?
Okay, so let's reframe this a little bit. The question for the VP isn't necessarily whether we can afford to act before earnings. It's actually if we can afford to have this headline, that we knew our AI was giving dangerous medical advice and continued to allow it to do so. That's probably not just a $50 million did we hit this quarter. That's like a $5 billion brand problem. So if we reframe it properly and then we say, hey, we're not asking for a full pull, but we're actually asking for a guardrail, that will preserve the product for a lot of use cases. So it might not actually be even the 50 million impact he's thinking about. It might be only 90% of queries are actually going through and it's just a $5 million impact. So I'd try to impact size it for him. If the VP still says no, I would probably try to document what I was saying, send it over to the safety team. So at least it's on the record that this was my documented approach, but we have to be team players and whatever decision is made, we can agree to disagree.
I really like it. The reframe from revenue to headline risk is very strong and very. It's also about keeping the facts straight. You can only oppose the higher authority figure as long. So if you have the, let's say, paperwork to see that the risks were presented and accepted, and we move forward as agreed, then it's a team activity that can happen in many companies, especially when the higher authority figure has additional pressures and maybe that stress doesn't allow this person to see clearly the bigger risks. So yeah, I really liked it. And I hope that whatever manager would hear that would actually go with Akash's recommendation.
Are you looking to land your next product management job? I am accepting a group of just 30 product managers into a 12-week cohort led by me, where every Monday for 90 minutes, I help you through your job search, creating your candidate market fit, updating your LinkedIn, updating your base resume. You're going to get personalized feedback and one-on-one mentorship sessions with my co-teachers, Ankit Vermani, who is an AI PM at Atlassian and was a group product manager at Meta, Prasad Reddy, who is a CPO and has been in product for over 26 years, as well as my other live instructor, Bart Jaworski, who's going to run another 90-minute session per week where we really help you deliver on all of the deliverables in an actionable way. and get you custom resume feedback, custom LinkedIn feedback. This program worked extremely well in cohort number 1, which is just finishing up. 40% of the cohort got a job before the cohort even ended. We got jobs at places like OpenAI and Anthropic. So if you want to get a higher paying PM job, be sure to check out my landpmjob.com cohort. The next cohort starts in February, runs through the end of April. The next time I'm opening up a cohort is in May. So if you want coaching from me to land a PM job, this cohort is a no-brainer. It is a premium priced product. It is more expensive than the average product out there, but the return is huge. Most people who join the cohort see a salary raise anywhere from $10,000 to $100,000 in the first year. And so the ROI will be there within a year. And we guarantee 2+ interviews. So if you don't get 2 interviews after completing the 12-week program and following all the steps, we will refund the money to you. So it's a no-brainer. Check it out at landpmjob.com. And now back into today's episode. I hope you enjoyed that short clip. You can check out the full episode here.